Hi, kindergarten. It's Miss Cliff. Today we're going to read a Level E book called Goodbye Snow. Before we begin reading, I want you to pause and I want you to think about everything you know about snow. The season it snows most, what the temperature is like when it snows, or how it feels. I want you to pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling all about everything you know about snow. Let's do that now. Now, I want you to think of some problems that might occur when it snows. I want you to pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling about some problems that might happen when it snows. Let's do that now. We know that when it snows, it can cause problems for people when they're driving or trying to get places like to school or work or to the grocery store. So today we're going to learn all about different tools that can be used to remove snow when it gets in the way. Good readers ask questions before, during, and after reading. Questions begin with question words such as who, what, when, where, why, and how. We're going to practice asking and answering questions in our book today. We're also going to practice making inferences. Making inferences helps readers draw conclusions the author does not directly state. To make an inference, you will use clues from the pictures and from the words, along with what you already know, to figure out what the author is trying to tell us. I'm going to give you an example of what making an inference looks like. If a girl puts on her coat, mittens, hat, and boots, what do you infer? Pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling about what you infer if a girl puts on her coat, mittens, hat, and boots. Let's do that now. Now, I did not directly tell you that it's cold outside, but you can infer that it is cold. Would you wear a coat when it's the middle of summer and it's hot? No. We wear coats and hats and mittens and boots when it's cold outside to protect us from the weather. That is what making an inference is. It's taking clues from the pictures and the words and putting them together to fill in the gaps so that you understand what's happening. Let's check out the words that we need to know for today's book. I will say the word and I want you to repeat after me. Removed. Now, to remove something means that you take something away or off. So you're going to see that word removed a lot in this book because we're going to talk about different ways that we can use tools to remove snow. So taking away snow. Repeat after me. Shovel. Snow dumps. Snow melter. Snow blower. Snow plow. Now you'll notice that I've highlighted the word snow in 4 of our words to know. You'll notice that some of them are 2 separate words and some are compound words. Snow dumps, that's 2 separate words. Snow melter, that's 2 separate words. However, in snow blower, that is 1 word. So a compound word is when you take 2 words that can stand by themselves and you smush them together to make 1 word. Also, snowplow. You see how there's no space in between those 2 words? That means it's a compound word. Snow, plow. Those are two separate words, but when they're put together into one word, that's called a compound word. And I highlighted the word snow because this book is all about snow, and you're going to see that word a lot. All right, let's get into our book. I'm going to read, and then I want you to read after me. I know good readers track with their eyes. Here we go. Some places get a lot of snow. Your turn to read. Now, I can infer that it must be wintertime in all three of these pictures because I know that snow does not come in the summer or the fall or the spring. It normally comes in the winter. So I can infer from what I already know and what I see in the pictures that it must be wintertime. Let's keep reading. When snow gets in the way, it must be removed. There's that word to know. There are many ways to remove snow. Your turn to read. Nice job reading. Now let's stop and think about how might snow cause problems for people. Remember we talked about stopping while we read to ask and answer questions? There we see that word how. That is a question word. So let's stop and think about how might snow cause problems for people? Well, I know that you already paused and turned and talked about this earlier. I know that some problems could be that there's so much snow, it makes it difficult for people to go out of their homes or to drive on the roads. Snow can cause problems for cars to get place to place or even for people to walk outside of their homes. Look at this picture. There is a lot of snow. Do you think that caused problems for the people that were trying to get in their cars to drive to work? They probably needed to remove the snow before they could go anywhere. Let's keep reading. Snow can be removed with a shovel. Your turn to read. So we see here in the picture, there she is using the shovel to remove the snow. She's scooping it up to get it out of the way. That's what removing means. Snow can be removed with a brush. Your turn to read. Now, what is one way to remove snow from a car? There's another question word. What? So, what's one way? Did the text tell us? Yes, it showed us in a picture and it also showed us in the word. In the picture here, we can see that this woman is using a brush to remove the snow from her windshield and from the top of her car. The text also tells us that the snow can be removed with a Brush. Yes. So we can stop and ask and answer questions while we read to make sure that we're understanding what we read and that what we read makes sense. Let's keep going. Snow can be removed with a snowblower. There's a compound word, snowblower. Now your turn to read. There's the snowblower. Snow can be removed with a snowplow. There's another compound word, snowplow. Your turn to read. Now, how is a snowplow different from a shovel? How are they the same? So here is the snowplow. Let's make sure we look at the picture. Take it all in. What do you see? What do you notice? Let's go back to the picture of the shovel. What do you see? What do you notice? How are they the same? How are they different? Pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling to tell how a snowplow is different and the same as a shovel. Let's do that now. Well, I have used a shovel before, and I'm sure you have too. And I know that a shovel can remove snow, just like the snowplow can remove snow. That is the same. They're both tools that can be used to remove snow. Now, how they're different is that a shovel does not remove as much snow as a snowplow. When I scoop up snow, it's just one scoop at a time. Let's look at the snowplow. When I look at the snowplow, I notice that it's moving a lot of snow all at the same time. Way more snow than just one shovel. So that's how they are different. Do you see how we stopped and answered questions while we read? This helps us understand what we're reading and also helps us make inferences throughout the story. Let's keep reading. Snow can be removed with salt. Your turn. Now, what do you infer about how salt removes snow? Remember that making inferences, we can look at the picture, look at the words, and fill in the gaps for what the author does not tell us. Let's use the clues and figure out, how do you think salt could remove snow? You might already know about how salt removes snow, and you're using your prior knowledge to help you answer and make inferences. So pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling and tell them, how do you infer salt is removing snow? Let's do that now. Using knowledge I already know, my prior knowledge, I can infer that salt removes snow because it makes it melt. I don't see the man scooping the snow with a shovel. I don't see the man using a snow blower to scoop the snow. He's putting down some salt with his hand. So I infer that the salt will make the snow melt. I've also used salt in my own home and sprinkled it on my sidewalks and my driveway to make snow melt. So I have that background knowledge. Great job making an inference. Let's keep reading. Snow can be removed with a snow melter. Your turn to read. Can you infer what a snow melter does? That's right, it melts the snow. I've never seen a snow melter, so I'm not exactly sure how it works. Have you ever seen a snow melter? That looks like a pretty cool machine. They put the snow in and then it probably melts it into water. Let's keep reading. Dump trucks may take snow away. Your turn. Now, what does this photograph tell you about the amount of snow dump trucks remove? Let's make an inference because the text does not tell us how much snow it takes away. Pause the video and turn and talk with a parent or sibling about what the photograph tells you about the amount of snow dump trucks remove. What can you infer from looking at the photograph? I can infer that dump trucks take away a lot of snow. It must have snowed a lot because I see 1, 2, 3, 4 dump trucks. And those are not small trucks, those are very big trucks. And I see this machine dumping lots of snow into the back. So I infer that dump trucks take away a lot of snow. They remove a lot of snow. Did you infer that also? Good job. Let's keep going. Where does a dump truck take snow? A snow dump. Your turn to read. Now, why did the author write this book about removing snow? What can you infer? Do you think that the author wrote this book to tell us about wintertime? No. Do you think the author wrote this book to tell us about how much they like snow? No. Do you think that the author wrote this book to tell us all about different machines that can remove snow and different ways to remove snow? I think so. I can infer that the author wrote this book to give us information about how we can remove snow during wintertime and the different tools that are used to do that. Now that we've finished reading our book, we're going to get ready for our writing assignment. Do you like snow? You're going to write 3 sentences about why you like snow or why you do not like snow. Use that magical word, because, to justify your reasoning. And make sure each sentence is complete with a capital at the beginning, finger spaces between your words and punctuation at the end of every single sentence. You're also going to complete the Making Inferences worksheet. On this worksheet, you are going to practice making inferences about the picture. You're going to look at the picture and think about what you already know and record it. Then you're going to make an inference to draw a conclusion about the amount of snow that each tool can remove. So you're going to use your background knowledge about what you know. For example, a shovel. I know that I have used a shovel to shovel my driveway. And what I can infer is that you're going to use a shovel when there's not too much snow to shovel. So you are going to go through each picture, record what you already know. It might even be something that you learned from our book. And then you're going to make an inference and draw a conclusion about how much snow each tool can remove. You are going to submit your writing assignment and your Making Inferences worksheet on Google Classroom. I also have a bonus activity for you. Your bonus activity today is making fake snow. Now, you will need to get permission from your parents, and you will need some ingredients in order to do this. The ingredients you'll need are a 2-pound box of baking soda. You'll also need 1 can of shaving cream. You're also going to need a dish or a container to mix everything in. The directions are here. You're going to pour the box of baking soda into a container with a lid. You're going to add some shaving cream and knead it into the baking soda. Then you're going to add more shaving cream if you need to, and you're going to keep mixing and repeating until it feels like snow. It's going to be light and powdery, and it shouldn't stick to your hands too much when it's fully mixed. You can put the lid onto your container and store it, and then you can play with the snow during playtime. Maybe inside during a rainy day, or outside. You could use figurines in your snow. You could pack it and build a little snowman. I hope you have fun with this activity. Great job reading today. Make sure you go back and reread because that's what good readers do. And I will see you next time. Bye, friends.